So in this video, TJ is addressing her drug use, her drug of choice, her mother's drug, Missy's drug. Missy is the woman that she was living with when she was 17. And Missy was 27, I believe. Her drug of choice, her mother was also a drug user, and she never did kick the habit, and she addressed that. So let's get started. She starts out with the drugs being a part of her life.
Crackhead, and you're a dolphin, and I knew you was a drug addict, and all this stuff. And I'm like, you took the most critical time of my life, and you try to hurt me with it?
So here she's talking about Naisha releasing that picture of her looking like a junkie. And she said that was not the period of time that she was on drugs. That was a hospital, I guess, release. She was in the hospital for several things, but her teeth fell out when she was on drugs. But she had kicked the habit when that picture came out.
You try to dirty me up. You try to shame me up.
I believe that picture was released to get even because she allowed Jaguar to call baby girl. And also now that Naisha is in cahoots with SDW, he's probably going to convince her to release certain things and send him certain things. And Naisha is falling right into his hands. So she has now turned against TJ. When before she would never have done that. But now that SDW is in the picture in her life, she's going to start releasing more things on TJ. And I don't think Naisha is very smart and very wise because she has yet to realize all this is for money. This is content. This is not somebody coming into her life and meaning well for her and her family. He's getting the information out of her, but it's tearing the family apart. Before there was a possibility of TJ going back, but now that SDW is in the picture and getting all this information out of Naisha, there's no chance in hell that TJ is going to go back. So Naisha have lost the love of her life for material gain.
When I was with Missy, I did experiment with drugs. Crackhead was never one of them. I was not a crackhead, not a meth head, not homeless, not any of those things.
TJ is talking like if heroin is any better, because that's what she said she was on. My dear, heroin will have you looking like if you're a real druggie, all stuporous, you're walking and you're sleeping at the same time. So heroin is no better. So don't you believe that one drug is better than the other. Folks out there, if you're on any type of drugs, try to get off of it because it will tear your entire world apart.
Any of those things. Right. And like Jay said, we all can take a drug test if you like. I've been with Naisha for 11 years. So if I was such a crackhead or meth head, all that, so that means you stayed. How was you a cat woman with a crackhead, meth head? Were you a crackhead? Were you a meth head? Did you do drugs? Make that make some sense. How are you at home? How are we traveling? Drug addicts, especially a crackhead, because my mama was a crackhead at her time. I know what a crackhead looks like. I know how a crackhead behaves. So to bring up my past is something that I experienced over a decade ago. That's how low you have to reach. Functional crackhead. They didn't call me a functional crackhead. They said I was a crackhead. I was Tyrone. That's what they said. It says it didn't help the situation. You do co-own it. No.
Time and time again, TJ keeps saying she does not care what people think, but she does care what people think. She buries her head in the comments, and it affects her.
I think it's funny, that people try to take what you went through and try to use it against you to try to defeat you. Like I said, I can never be ashamed of what God brought me through. Never. That was the reason why me and Missy broke up. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't. I knew that wasn't what God had for me. I knew that my grandmother raised me to be better than that. I knew that I had to be the mother that my children needed me to be. So I knew that I couldn't participate in that. Naisha tried to destroy me with my past. Because even in that picture, me losing my teeth and all of that, I experienced that life way, way, way before her. So you did it to hurt me. But I don't care anymore. She can't hurt me anymore. I tell my truth for myself from here on out. Messed up. I wouldn't say messed up, but I experimented. Absolutely. Question for you. If it's indeed true that you're recovering from Graves' disease, can you shed some light on why there are reports of you allegedly smoking 2 packs a day and Black and Mouse? Stress. Stress. Stress, 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 stress. Depression and stress. I realize there's a such thing as high functioning depression, and I believe that is what I've suffered from.
And this is why she needs to get away from Jaguar. Sometimes the people who you love will put you in an early grave. So she's got to love her from afar.
I know I need to stop. And I've made some plans. It's on my goal list. To take care of Ty. And whatever that looks like. I don't even know what that looks like. I honestly don't know what that looks like. My endocrinologist told me to stop. You need to stop. It's going to affect your eyes. You're going to have TEDs.
So I looked up TEDs on Google, and it says it's a thyroid eye disease, and acronym is also known as Graves' ophthalmopathy or Graves' orbitopathy, is an autoimmune disease that may affect the appearance and function of one or both eyes. So TJ really needs to stay away from stress and that smoking that she does.
Stress is something that I am supposed to be staying away from. I've been stressed since I got sick. I was stressed. What's my favorite color? Black and green. I'm no longer fighting the internet. I'm just existing. I will forever be grateful for Jack for giving me the mic to speak into the ether. Hey G, please say I don't get clarity. I don't mind TJ, but some of those moderators are sorry to sabotage your channel. Yeah, I've been writing. Like last night I couldn't write. Last night I've been writing. This morning I've been writing. I do have some goals. I'm going to get to my main life. My 2 goals that I want to accomplish. My main goal that I want to accomplish, like honestly, that I've been trying to do and I want to do is go to Jamaica for my 40th birthday. And I'm going to do that.
Well, it's good to know that TJ have some goals set for herself that she's working towards.
Sounds pricey, yeah. I'm going to stop smoking. That's one of my first goals. I'm going to stop smoking. I just do it for stress, and I have to find another positive outlet. Like I told you, I was a cutter for so many years.
There's so many facets to TJ's life. When she said she was a cutter, and she said for so many years, I was taken back because it's something I could never understand, how people can self-injure. But people have said they get a release. Well, folks out there, if you're cutters, if there are any cutters listening to my voice, please seek a counselor. Cutting is not the way to go because you're just harming yourself and scarring up your body. Sit down on a couch and talk to someone, some counselor out there, someone who can help you. Because after you're done cutting, your problems are still there and the cycle will repeat again.
And then I just worked it away. And I just took care of everybody. Today is a new day. I know that people are going to keep attacking me. And it's okay. It's okay. They coming for my neck. And they want me to do things, and they want me to hurt Jag because they feel like I can be the revenge. I can be the one to do it. Honestly, I'm not. When I heard, her call from jail, it was a soul. That's all that was to me. I got to work on my passport. That's what I'm saying. I got so many things that I need to do. Passports are behind. Well, then that means I need to hurry up and figure it out. Or I can go on a cruise. You can go on a cruise without a passport. I'm going to do something great for myself this year when I turn 40. I wanted to go to South Dakota and see the waterfalls, and I wanted to do all that. Enhanced license, I'll look into that. I'm not hurting anybody. My intent was never to hurt anyone. I think I deserve happiness.
I think we all deserve happiness. And when you are in a situation where the person is bent on making your life miserable and making you unhappy, you've got to get out. Now that TJ have gotten out, we're going to see if she goes back to Jaguar. We're waiting to see. I suspect she will be back.
I think it's so crazy when you say leave your child, but y'all forget that we were in a relationship for 11 years. She's not with a stranger, so.
No, she's not with a stranger, but Naisha did not adopt her. You did. So your responsibility is to that child, to take care of that child. If you leave Naisha, you're supposed to leave with that child.
And after today, I will no longer be addressing my children.
Well, that's what the public wanted you and the other adults in the room to do. So we're going to hold your feet to the fire. We hope you do not address those children anymore, and that goes for Naisha and everybody else involved in this complicated saga.
Period. I will no longer be addressing Naisha. After this live, I will no longer be addressing anything that I don't want to. Healing is hard work. Healing is hard. And I'm really going to heal this time. I'm not going to stuff it. I'm not going to pick up something else to become distracted with, to take my mind off of it. And I appreciate everybody that came here just to hear me. I'm sorry if I disappointed you, if you thought I was going to bash Jag. I love her. But I do. I want nothing but the best for her. I just told you that I was no longer. I told you I experimented with it, and that's it. I don't owe anybody else an explanation about my life. The only one that I have to own an explanation to are the children that God gave me. And that doesn't have to be in the public, for the public to see. How can you bash someone who spoke life into you? Who's encouraged you to be nothing but yourself? I can't. So you won't get that from me over here. Everybody can talk bad about me. I really don't care.
Well, we know that's not true because every time someone talks bad about TJ, she gets an attitude. She complains that people don't know her. They're talking bad about her. It really affects her. So we know that statement is not true.
I would say What drugs did exactly did I do? I don't have to disclose that either. Just know I experimented with it. I learned some lessons. I knew it wasn't for me, and it's time to move on. When I choose to discuss that, then I will. Then I will. Tennessee is calling my name. All right, let's see. I don't have to tell anybody else anything else about me. And I will not be forced to. And if you don't like it, oh well. So I'm just moving forward. And y'all ask me questions. Oh, you said you would send her a lift. Absolutely. I'll send her a lift anywhere. I'll send her a plane. You can reach me by airplane. I'm just saying, if you love somebody and they tell you they need something, why wouldn't you reach back for them? Why wouldn't you send them a lift? You telling me you need a room, you outside, I got a room, I would never let you sleep outside. You ain't let me sleep outside, so why would I tell you to sleep outside? Absolutely. That's weird. Even with Naisha, I didn't leave Naisha with no money. I didn't leave her with nothing. That's not even in my heart. How can I be like, you told me you hungry, and I got some money, and I don't offer you food? You fed me? Did you not feed me? Did I not say that I had anxiety and I was afraid? Did you not come through? Did you not get me out of that situation? Yes, before my disease, absolutely. Yes. May 7th, 2011 is the day that I decided to walk away from any drugs that had a hindrance to my body or my growth. That is the day that I left Missy where she stood. As a matter of fact, let me go. My drug of choice was heroin. Yes. So that's why I'm amazed when people say crackhead. Never that. Meth head. Never that.
Like I said before, Miss TJ, drugs are drugs are drugs. No one is better for you. So heroin is just as bad. Heroin have you like a zombie. You're walking and you're nodding out. I guess a lot of people who are heroin addicts don't really see themselves, but like other people see them. But no, it's not something that you should even consider to be better than crack or better than meth. So, with that being said, I'm glad that you're done with the drugs and you have cleaned yourself up, and now you got to work on other things that will set you straight for a better life and a better life for you and your children. When you get the help that you need, then you can help them to get back to normalcy.
No, New Mexico for what? For what? TJ can go wherever the hell TJ want to go because TJ grown. So I wish y'all would stop telling me to go back to New Mexico. You so worried about Naisha? See, I'm not trying to go off. Let me chill. Let me chill. No desire to go back to Maryland. No, absolutely not. It's nothing good for Maryland. My baby is out there in them streets, heavy. My grandma's dead. My parents are dead. There's nothing there for me.
Except your baby, you said she's out there in the streets heavy. I think she's talking about Bree. Well, you need to get yourself together and try to get help for Bree, because Bree seems to be the one who is in trouble. Baby girl is okay. She's with Naisha, and she's still a teenager. She's only 17, but Bree's 24. and she's out there doing God knows what. So the quicker you clean yourself up, get yourself together, when I say clean up, I mean in terms of your mind, then you can help Brie.
No, not going back to night. She's not. No, absolutely. No. My game plan is to move forward. That picture was taken of me 5 years ago. Now, mind you, like I said, the day that I walked away was May 7th, 2011. Those pictures that Naisha sent of me was after I came out the hospital. I had a blood transfusion. I had ablation. I had a adectomy. I had all kinds of things. All kinds of things. So for her to show that picture and try to make it seem like I was active in addiction and that's why my teeth fell out, shame on her. I did a 90 on 90. I knew that it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. And I was very embarrassed because Shay kept saying, won't you tell it, won't you tell it, won't you tell it? And for me, I felt like that was my past. Why do I have to tell it? Why does it matter that I tell it? And then I went back and I remembered the first time I walked into a meeting and people were like, hi, I'm so-and-so and I'm an addict. Let me take it back a little bit further than that. My mom was an addict. And I went to meetings with her. She chased meetings religiously. And I remember being a kid, like, is she ever going to get it together? And then I remember us walking around looking for her. And I remember just even praying to God, like, God, you know what? If she can't get it right, just take her.
I think a lot of families go through that with a person who is addicted in their family. If the person cannot get clean and they see the struggle, and the person really wants to get clean, but the drug is so strong, it's got a hold on them because the brain chemistry changes. And even if you want to get clean, a lot of times, the obstacle is not easy for some to overcome. And the families do pray that God takes them and put them out of their misery. Some families anyway. So TJ is not alone.
And then I remember going to We Can. That was the very first treatment center that my mom went through. She went to. And when I remember going in there and all those people supported her and all those people told their story, that's what made me realize that, you know what? Why not tell the truth? Why does it matter what people in this comment say? Because it may be a handful of people in the comments or in the bushes that may be struggling with it, may be ashamed about it, may need to go to that meeting today to get that first keychain. Maybe we could do a 90 on 90 here. Maybe we could start a support group on here and here. Maybe somebody just needed to be encouraged today to say that you can do it because I lived it. I watched my mother tear her whole life apart because she could not face her younger self. I watched my very first love go in and out of treatment and couldn't conquer it because she couldn't face herself. So on May 11th, 2011, I decided to take my life back. decided to choose me. I'm going to break that cycle. That won't be me. That can't be me. I'm going to be better than my mother. You know, my mom did all the stealing and robbing and all of that. My mama did that. So I made it, like you said, someone said a functioning crackhead. I wasn't a functioning crackhead. I wasn't a crackhead. I knew crack will tear you up and take you to the gutter.
But like I said before, no drug is better than the other one in terms of you becoming addicted to it. So stay away from all drugs. So I'm proud of TJ for getting off of heroin because it's not an easy drug to quit. As a matter of fact, no drug really is easy to quit, but some are harder. Let's face it. So we are proud of TJ and we hope that she continues on this positive journey.
The crack had my mama stealing. Crack had Missy stealing. So I knew that I wasn't interested in that.
Heroin will have you stealing also. So I don't see the logic in this statement.
You know? So, so I was just like, why do I have to tell it? Why do I have to tell it? And I realized in this time of separation or alone or new beginnings, wherever I am right now in my life, that maybe I should tell it. For my baby. For my baby. Today is today that I decide to have courage. I will no longer walk in shame. I will no longer allow my past to dictate who I am today. I will learn to be transparent and be real and be honest, because God is the one who put me through. He's the one who brought me through. My Cash App wasn't hacked. Somebody reported the room, I guess. I'm not sure exactly. So it was negative $56. So if you want to help me get out the red, I appreciate it. If not, just like, just share, just listen. Tears are liquid prayers, yes. Why did you say you were an ex-cop? Because I was. Class was 0805.
So you guys heard it. TJ has doubled down on herself being an ex-cop. She said, yes, indeed, I was an ex-cop. So maybe she's got pictures out there. Maybe in the department, I'm sure they got her pictures, graduating, etc. But she said she was a cop for a year. So I'm wondering, how come she quit the force? Because usually when people join the police department, it's for life. It's not a job that they quit, because everything in terms of the benefits are so good. Salary is decent, benefits are great, and there's a camaraderie. So I'm wondering why she quit. Was this the period of time when she was on drugs or not? Those are my questions. Inquiring minds want to know. Another question I have is, since she is not receiving a pension from the police department, and everyone thought she was, where is this check coming from? For what reason is she getting a check? Someone said that Naisha was supposed to be taking care of her, and that check is for disability, for whatever the disability is, because as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with her legs and arms. I see people every day in wheelchairs wheeling themselves to work, and they're really disabled. Got one arm, one eye, and they're pushing it on that wheelchair because they want to be productive citizens. So another question is, since she is not with Naisha anymore, and she's still getting the checks for disability, I think that's the check she's sending to Naisha to help take care of her daughter. So that is considered fraud when you're getting a check from the government for someone to take care of you and that person is not taking care of you. That is considered fraud, my dear.
Why should you walk in shame? There's absolutely no reason to remember the shame because of judgment. I've been judged my whole life. I was judged my whole life. And on this app, I started getting judged. I started getting judged from the very beginning when I decided to put my name on the stranger's bond, as people say. Why would you do that? Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? Because you know how many people have walked up to me and showed me and blessed me when I have not made the best choice in my life, when God has sent someone to show me. I've deserted my children a long time ago before you see me on this red app, to be honest. I had made a poor choice for my 2 children way before this red app because of the shame, because of the abandonment issues, because of all those things that I went through. They do everything now to fix it. Yes. And I have to fix myself first. I was a mom at 15, so I can't go back, but my baby is 24, and I think the best example we can be for our children is just to show them how to get through life. Have I made some poor choices? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I have to show them how to get up and fight, because my mama stopped fighting. I've been spoiled my whole life by my mama and my daddy, my grandmama and my daddy. And my kids love me regardless. I think people fail to realize what they don't know. They don't know my children. They haven't even seen my children. Even way before my children told me, "Ma, Juju, we want to see you happy, and if that means leave. If that means leave us behind and we'll come find you." It just so happened that things happened the way that it did. Like, do I have to continue to hold myself there because I had to?
No, TJ, you don't continue to hold yourself there. However, you take your children with you. You don't leave somebody and tell the person, "You take care of my kids." Where they do that at? So if you're looking for sympathy over here when it comes to those kids, or your daughter, the youngest one, you call her a baby girl, she's only 17, you're not going to get no sympathy from me, because you should have taken that girl with you and set up a separate apartment for just you and your baby girl, so you can take care of her. See her through the rest of high school, because she's in high school right now. Or I think you said they're being homeschooled. Well, whatever the case, you take her with you.
Yes, so that's what I'm going to do. I have to change. Like I said, this will be the last time I will speak of my children. This is definitely the last time Naisha name will come out of my mouth. Everybody say I need to apologize to her. No, she needs to apologize to me.
I understand that you feel salty. You don't need to apologize to her for anything. But the one thing you do need to apologize for is your daughter being there. At least you can say a thank you to Naisha just for that, because Naisha didn't have to take care of her, as you put it in a previous video, that your family members don't even want her there. You're having problems with your family members for anyone them to keep baby girl because of your actions, your past actions with your family. You made it bad for your kids. And so be thankful to Naisha for keeping that child for you. You don't even have a place to put her.
I had 2 by 17. Was so wanted due to my bad parents, my kids never went through nothing I did over my dead body. I think it was just hard to hear everything that transpired on these streets. Absolutely, because everybody has an opinion. And what I realized that sometimes our emotions can just affect us. Affect us in a way that clouds our judgment. So, I get it. People can relate on probably every side of what happened. everybody told me to be thankful for her. Thankful for what? For her owing me that solid? Am I being a little arrogant? Maybe. But I deserve that right to be arrogant. I deserve that right to be arrogant. For 11 years, I took care of her and her children without no financial support. None whatsoever. I don't despise her. I just wish she would have moved on. People break up. People move on. Accept it. Accept it. To those who ask me about my Cash App, I have my bank card that I can pull out my Cash App on my bank card. How long were you a cop? Only for a year. That's why I don't have a retirement from it. Like I said, I was class of 0805. 0805.
So TJ said she was a cop, 0805. Those are the records. So if any one of you who want to look it up, you can look it up. You got the date, and she was a cop. So my question is, at this point, why was she dismissed from the force, or did she leave, or was it drugs? What was it?
Yeah, when you say it comes off a little harsh, but I get what you're saying. Basically, it's the least she could do at this point. Absolutely. How can she move on? How can she move on if you keep letting First of all, Jaguar, right, is her own person, first and foremost. She should have just been respectful. How do you attack someone and then get mad when they attacked you? Like, that's like you getting in a fight. You was the one talking shit, and then you jumped up, and they was like, yo, swing. And when you went to swing, knocked your ass out. Now you want to talk about you got beat up. Nigga, you shouldn't have jumped up. I don't have a problem with her being a stay-at-home mom. I mean, that was what we discussed, and I played my part as the provider. Now, what did she do at the stay-at-home part? I don't have an issue with that, but she could have took advantage of the opportunity. She could have made income better for us, because even when I got sick, what did she do? She just got employed. Right. So that for me, I respected the stay-at-home mom thing. Okay, you do your thing. You cook, you clean, you raise the kids, you tend to the kids. You do all those things because we're a team. But to do both, I'm working and I have to raise the kids and I have to tend to the kids, and you're neglecting me emotionally and all of that. Like, even iron wears out. So, but y'all speak on things like y'all know allegations of child abuse and all of this stuff. Y'all speak on it as you know, like you were there. So I want y'all to get all y'all questions out today, because this will be the last live. Why didn't you just tell Naisha? Why didn't you just wait to tell Naisha about you and Jag? Why should I? Why should I? If we've been, Jag is for transparent and integrity and honesty, why the fuck should I? Why? Why should I? Bitch, I moved on. Got me a new bitch. See you later. Is there anything you would have done differently? Absolutely. Absolutely is a lot of things I would have done differently. Breeze with the 4, I've been at balls. Been at him. Didn't you see it on the table where Jag left him? When she stuck it on the thing, been at him. Now, why can't I work? I can work. Who said I couldn't? I just said I was going to work. All right, so let me not get in this troll energy, because I was doing so good. Now I'll answer the real questions that people ask. If you was being real, then I should find out because Jag was calling you babe and alive, or am I tripping? Now she found out because I told her, Corey. That's how she found out. So you wanted it over with Naisha and she didn't want it, so the best option was just to leave. When I left Naisha, our relationship was over. It was already over. It was already over. You know, that I had intent on staying in Dallas? No. But the relationship was already over. Naisha knew the relationship was already over. That's why Naisha went and got in counseling to try to salvage the relationship, but I had already checked out. Well, that's what I'm glad she's doing better. She need to. And I can talk plenty of shit, because it's my mouth. I agree, Cheryl. But guess what? A lot of things that y'all don't know about Naisha either is a choice that your children may struggle to forgive you in the future. I beg to differ because I already talked to my children. They told me they forgive me. Talk to my children today. So now all these people want to start calling just because we don't make them a troll. Well, Chalyn, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but if you do you believe that cyber stalking exists? Have you ever been stalked? Have you ever had thousands of people trying to get in your head? Do you know what that feels like? Do you know what it feels like to have people call and whisper in the phone talking about they gonna gut you and your girlfriend like a fish? Do you know what it feels like when people dox your location? Do you know what that feels like when people are chanting how unfit and how all of this stuff you are? So anything that triggers me from that energy, I'm going to chalk it up as a troll. Imagine big celebrities, they get stalked. Right, Queen? Exactly. Exactly. And it's dangerous. It makes you paranoid. Make my life better. You know. Didn't Jag warn you how life it would be? Yes, people can warn you, but until you experience it, it's a different thing. That's just like when we were kids, our parents would tell us, don't do that, you know, don't run up them steps, right? And your ass kept running up them goddamn steps until you finally slip up the steps, hurt your back, and you screaming, and you crying, thank you, Isabella. And now they telling you to shut the hell up because they told your ass not to run up and down them steps. Sometimes we have to just experience things for us to learn on our own. Absolutely, Andre. Kate, TJ, what is your point of view about you getting help? Getting help for what, Kate? You're like about to be, I don't know your energy, but you know, I'm not still cool with Tawana. Tawana. TJ, are you getting another Cash App due to it being hacked? It wasn't hacked. Jag got my Cash App card. I told her she can have it and she can utilize it until whenever she needs it. Because she doesn't have a Cash App card. So, she has it. I know where my Cash App is. Card is who it's with. And if she needs it, she can always use it. She can swipe it until she get hers.
No, TJ, what sense does that make? Jaguar don't have a Cash App card. You know how many years Jaguar has been accepting money off the internet via Cash App? So people have been sending her money through Cash App. So obviously she has a Cash App card. But it sounds to me that the two of you are really in cahoots in getting Cash App money. Together you might not be able to get it, but if you separate, Jaguar probably figured, let's pretend we separated and you say you're leaving me and see how much money you get because people want you to leave me. Is that the new scenario that's going on here?
Am I still cool with Twana? Fuck no, hell no. How can I be really cool with somebody? So any cash app that I have my bank card attached to it. My card is locked, but if she need it, you get what I'm saying? If she need it, we'll discuss it. She can send the money and then she can go use the card.
That is not even making any sense. How about Jaguar go get her own Cash App card and you take out a new card and put a lockdown on that one since she don't want to give it to you. All you got to do is shut it down. Shut it down. And go get another one and transfer the money. So it sounds like if the two of you are still scheming and plotting to get Cash App money.
It is what it is. I have a bank card. I have my Zelle. So that's why I wasn't really tripping initially. When I'm like, why am I making a big deal about this card? First of all, we ain't never steal from each other anyway. So it is what it is.
You could have fooled me. You spent a whole hour begging Jaguar for the card before you left. A whole hour and she still didn't give it to you. So you did make a big deal out of it.
No, I'm in a hotel room. I'm not going back. Where you staying at? In a hotel room. Somebody got a hotel room for me.
Well, you don't know anybody, as far as I know, in Dallas to get you a hotel room. You said your children sent you money and the money's on their card and Jaguar's got the card. Now you're saying somebody got you a hotel room. So that just tells me you're lying because you don't know anybody in Dallas to get you a hotel room. You don't know anybody like that to put out that type of money to get you a hotel room. So you're lying. Either you're with Jaguar or you're sleeping in a homeless shelter because you don't have no money. Your money is on your card. That's what you said. So if indeed you're in a hotel, that means your children sent you the money.
I didn't ask anybody for anything. If you choose to donate, you do. If you don't, you don't. I appreciate it. I appreciate the comments, the likes, the shares, and the ones who get fucking blocked when the crack can get released. If you're going to help, you're going to help. Did you clarify who's currently the recipient of the Cash App transactions? Me. You Cash App TRJ, it's me. It comes to my Cash App. It comes to me.
And Jaguar have your card. You said if Jaguar needs money off your card, your Cash App card, she can send you the money and then you release the funds. But guess what? Jaguar is not getting that much money coming into Cash App anymore. So I guess you are the new beggar and Jaguar is going to take the funds off and you guys split it. Is not how the scenario is going since you got your bank card and the bank card is attached to the Cash App card. Jaguar got a card and you got the bank account that you can take the money out of since it's attached. And Jaguar can use the card to go get her share of the money. But look, that's what I'm seeing in my mind. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. So, TJ, my dear, this is coming off as another hustle to get Cash App money when you guys really don't need to go through all this. People would send you money if you just be honest and say, listen, I ain't got it like that, but I'm going to give you guys good content. And if you like the content, you can donate. That's all you got to say, and people will donate plenty. But you guys busy trying to put your heads together, scamming is all alleged. I gotta say allegedly because I don't know for sure, but that's what it appears to me.
It is mine. It belongs to me. Like I said, I have a Zelle and I have a PayPal. It's time for I already said I looked into it. Somebody offered to take me if I fill out for calls. They said they ain't worried about background and all that. So, and she said they offering overtime and she'll pick me up and she'll take me. Absolutely, I don't have a problem with getting up and going to work. And then I can use that to do Uber because that's what I really want to do because then I don't need transportation. Echo, helping someone is not enabling if my God put it on my heart. Exactly. See, I think that's what people, that's like, I used to hate when my sister would say, like, it would be somebody outside, a homeless man outside, and she'd be like, I'm not giving him no money. He probably gonna buy drugs with it. Like, bitch, why does it matter? Why does it matter if you're gonna give to somebody? You're gonna give to them. It's yours to give without any stipulations on it. But if God left it on your heart, you're gonna supply. Am I clean now? I've been clean for over 11 years. No teeth, no bra. Why don't you go ask Naisha? Why would she show a picture that was 5 years old? I already told you what my clean date was. Sitting in the room all day drives me crazy, so to get up with a purpose is needed. Absolutely. I love walking. I go outside, I walk, but this Dallas heat been hot as hell. Absolutely. Chelsea, good. Sometimes it's the way you ask for help. No, Smitty girl, I was just responding to those. If people want to help, I appreciate it. If people don't want to help, I appreciate that too, because God always going to provide. He's in control. Right. Why is it considered begging when teach? You call me teach, that means you've been a follower from the beginning. I haven't seen that name in a while, teach. Ask for donations for FCC. It's okay. It makes it right. But you sit here and you enjoy and you talk and all of that. Don't put God in your mess. Why not? God said God is everywhere. He the only one who can bring me out of my mess.
So on that note, guys, I'm over now. Drop your comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching.